Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Trade Ideas live trading room for Thursday, September the 3rd. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. First, going to get a quick sound check and tell me if you can see my screen now. Had a little glitch at the beginning. Okay, so the screen should be a little bit blurry and then it should get better. Okay, great. All right, guys. Well, you know what? There is a ton happening. Now, if you're in the room yesterday, you know my feelings about holding stocks through earnings. So even though it looked like Rocket, RKT, ahead of its earnings release, its first earnings release, looked like it had to be good, right? Look at the bid up, bid up. It did sell off at the end of the day a little bit, but anyway, released earnings after hours yesterday and kind of got clobbered. It's down 10% right now, RKT. Another one, Zuo. There was another one that was ripping higher. You can see it did sell off at the end of the day also, kind of like the Rocket did, RKT did. Also released earnings, and another one down 26%. Well, I don't hold things over earnings through earnings, man. PD is another one. Another one that looked pretty good. You know, all these had a very similar pattern. You know, they were at one point looking like they were going to rip higher from the day before, but they did sell off at the end of the day. And here's another one down 23% on earnings. Boy, that's, I mean, classic reason why I do not like to hold anything through earnings no matter what I hear. Momo, a lot of earnings plays this morning actually. Momo is another earnings play. Not that it was ripping higher, but it is down 7%. Another earnings play is Campbell's Soup, CPB. You know, it's not down horribly, it's down 5%, but look at this, look at the gap down. There is the 200-day moving average. That might hold it. A lot of earnings plays today. Another one, CRWD, another earnings play. CrowdStrike, down 10%. Meanwhile, guys, the cruisers are just ripping here. Look at the cruisers here. CCL, NCLH. You know my feeling. I just don't really trust them, but we seem to get these pops in the pre-market. Maybe a little bit of move when the market opens, and then they seem to fade. But maybe today will be different. Here's another earnings play. One that was kind of ripping higher. Cloudera, same sort of thing. Boy, a lot of these candles look the same, don't they, on the daily chart? They popped up, closed down, but it's another earnings play. It's only down 4%. Latest SPAC. Oops, KCAC. Ripping higher this morning. They're to do the EV sector and battery supply, and you know the press release also says Bill Gates backed. So obviously a little bit eye-catching. So look at this one, KCAC. Con is another earnings play. This one actually gapped up, I believe. Excuse me, yeah, a little bit of a gap up for Con. Big break, I mean, if it can hold. I mean, look at this break on the daily chart, on the weekly chart, monthly chart. Our big flyer of yesterday was weakening today. This morning, Cort is down 8%, CORT. Lot of earnings plays. I can't believe it. DBI, not their huge ones, but DBI, another earnings play. This one had looked like it was going to keep going. A couple of great days. Releases earnings down 18%. Another earnings play, Sienna. Oops, CIEN. Down 16%. I mean, these are big drops. FGEN is a gap up. I can't quite see any specific news on it. I know they're going to be presenting upcoming conferences, etc., but I don't see any specific news on it for today for FGEN. Maybe somebody can dig that up, but it's a big, big gap up. I mean, look at this on the daily chart and the weekly. So ears also, I almost shorted this one, but I was wrapped up in doing something else. Too bad. Great short. I'm sure William probably hammered that one home. This always seems to do this. Positive phase 2 data. It was through the 200-day moving average, fading back down towards it now. Here's another earnings play, Michaels, MIK. A little bit of a gap up for it. Is that what it is? Thank you, Harry. I do have ACPA on here also. At least I thought I did. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, gap down on a negative phase 3. Results, AKBA. Got a lot happening this morning. FLGT is another gap up. Again, I didn't see any specific news on it. Fulgen Genetics adds influenza. Okay, so I guess there is a little bit of news on it. So it's a virus play. So this is a virus play for FLGT. Now this had absolutely no volume, but let's see if the volume is picked up. HOFT, this is another earnings play. Yeah, it still has no volume. They release earnings pre-market, but just look at this gap here, guys. I mean, it has room if it can hold. I mean, there's no volume yet, so hard to know exactly what is going to happen. Yeah, I don't think there's, because it's one of these SPACs and it's so new. Yeah, we don't have float information. Have you gone to FinViz or any other site? This caught my eye. Just don't know if it's going to hold. Yeah, it didn't hold. SNGX. So yeah, that's why I didn't really put it on the list. It was up over 2 SNGX. Okay, thank you, William. All right, let's see, 9:13. Let me do a quick check to see what sort of upgrades and downgrades we have this morning. We have a few upgrades, not too many downgrades. Let me just get them in here. I can't believe WLL is getting an upgrade. All right, there are some of the upgrades. Get the downgrades in now. Interesting, I see an upgrade for FedEx and a downgrade for UPS. All right, there are some of the upgrades, some of the downgrades from briefing.com this morning. You know, actually, right, I've changed it to 10 minutes, 5 and 10 instead of 5 and 15 right now. You don't have to do that, but DLTH, Duluth. Let's see, DLTH. It's an earnings play, yes, pre-market. Yeah, I guess the volume was light. That's why I didn't really see it. Volume, of course, it's so pre-market, so the volume should pick up. Well, it will pick up. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's got a nice little potential void fill. Give me a moment here. Is SIG an earnings play? I didn't realize that. Let's see, how much volume is there? Yeah, it's been on my watch list now for a while as a potential swing trade, guys. Been talking about this one. Is it still on my watch list? Did I maintain it? Let's see if I did. And the answer is yes. So it's still on my watch list. So let's see if it triggers today. So again, guys, you want to follow my watch list up, down, and the repeating from the toolbar. Click on New, Channel Bar, and then my watch list, all right? Remember, everything in here is a layout. So before you do this, or click on any other channel, make sure you save your layout to the cloud. You can only have one layout loaded at a time, so make sure you save your layout to the cloud. And nothing will happen in these two windows until at least 9:45. I put a delay for 15 minutes in these two windows. You will see some alerts starting right at 9:30 in this window. Yeah, I mean, Signet's got lots of room. It's been on my watch list for about 4 days, 5 days now. I'm actually surprised that there are shorts available for KCAC. One moment, please. Wow, what a disaster for AKBA. I'm going to stick an alert for Duluth at 12. Price alert for 12. See if it takes that out. That was the high of the pre-market. And why not stick an alert for KCAC at the high of the pre-market. See if it takes that out later on. Depends on the question. I might be able to help you out, though. Pretty busy when the market opens, but ask the question. If I can answer it quickly, I will. If not, I'll. Could I put my screenshot on my channel? You mean the whole thing? No. The reason why the channel only has these three windows and a couple of charts, just to get people to focus, especially new people, to focus on just the alerts you're going to get here, as opposed to everything else. Okay, it is done on purpose. Not yet. It comes tomorrow, Mick, so I'll be able to install it over the weekend. I can't wait. So everything, I am sharing everything. Oh, one moment, please. All right, so all of my scans I am sharing. All right, you can do it one of two ways. You can click on the Scans tab. And what happened here? Okay, just a second. Something happened there. Let me just give me a moment here. There we go. Okay, so if you click on the Scans tab, here are all the scans that I'm sharing, or you can click on the Room Drive icon. Scans that I share, download, okay, and that will take you to a Word document. Then you can take, you can take a look at every scan that I'm sharing, including the pre-market actives. For those of you in the YouTube feed, you just have to, all the links when you log in, you should see all those links for all my scans also. Give me a moment here as I resize my window. Okay, I don't use the VWAP, right? Are you talking about TradingView? I don't use it. No, the VWAP here is just the VWAP, so. Not absolutely needed, Chris. I mean, listen, I know you asked the question in what time is it, 9:24? You asked the question in the Q&A yesterday. Yeah, I mean, listen, the conservative is just getting out exactly when the AI gets out. Aggressive is staying in right to the end of the day. These are all what if scenarios, and the moderate is staying right to the end of the day also, unless a stop actually got hit. And, as I've said countless times, all I do is I just sort on the aggressive column. I just follow the strong ones all day long. Sometimes you might miss an initial entry and then they pull back and then you can get in again, kind of like the NNVC yesterday. The strategies, I don't have, they used to have a PDF that kind of looked at the strategy. I'm not sure that matters, Chris, to be honest. I think it's like, what difference does it make if you just do, I'm not saying you have to do exactly what I do, but I mean, I just sort on this aggressive column. Who cares from where it comes from in theory? I mean, if I said, well, you know, that one that's up 20%, it comes from that strategy, and this one's, you know, that's up 10% comes from this strategy. Really, what difference does it make? In my opinion, anyway. Now, guys, we do have a promo now on for Labor Day. I'm not sure if the promo code has been done for my homepage yet, but if it isn't, this is the Labor Day 2020, okay? For 20% off the first month only or the entire year. You know, I haven't looked at that for so long. When you click on help, what do you get? Crossed above and help, you know, for the crossed above resistance and the 6 days. I'm sure if you went back 6 days on a daily chart, you might see some kind of clue to it as an example in that particular one. Yeah, CN is really right down now through the 200-day. What a gap down. Look, I mean, look at this. Look at that 200-day down 21%. We're getting some techs are getting hammered today. Welcome, SF, in the YouTube feed. All right, so Michael's now is starting to give it up. That was actually a nice pop earlier, and now it's actually gone negative. It's an earnings play for MIK. Kirk showing a little bit of life here, guys. I'm up 10%. So we're looking at a negative open for the SPY to start anyway. All right, everybody, market's going to open in less than a minute. Let's have a great trading day today. I typically set out the first 15 minutes anyway, let things settle down a little bit before I hop on anything. As I say, nothing will happen in these two windows until at least 9:45. Yeah, I don't like ears at all. I mean, it may rebound, but it does this all the time. Well, not all the time. Wow, there's that KCAC. Wow. And we're now open. You know, they release news. Nice big. Well, okay, I have to say, it has popped back. This is where I look. I think there could be some resistance right up here. It did get above that area in the pre-market. I mean, there's a ton of volume. Low float. It's already traded the float twice. Sorrento, SRNE, on the way down. Boy, oh boy, remember all the euphoria, mild euphoria yesterday with the theaters, Cinemark, and a couple of the other ones, CNK, gapping down now. Well, cruisers are cruising right now. It's a big area to try to take out. CCL, NCLH, I'm sure is doing the same thing. Well, let's see how long this lasts. Cruisers are just, how about the airlines? Are they doing the same thing? Yeah, airlines, cruisers. How long will this last? Ton of volume coming in. Boy, look at this. I mean, this was looking really good pre-market. MIK released earnings right here. Look pretty good. Market opens and just tanking here. MIK. All right, guys. Well, airlines and cruisers. Yeah, I'm sure the casinos, MGM, probably doing the same thing. Yeah, they're all doing well. My goodness, a bounce. It'd be great to play a bounce reel. So, wow, look at play, guys. So they're all these kind of entertainment. Look at play also. Big pop here on great volume. Really nothing happened in the pre-market. Tupperware, a little bit of weakness to start the day. A little bit of weakness. Not horrible. Of course, it's had a great run. The last 5 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days actually. So a little bit of weakness. Yeah, you know what? I was going to mention this Stro. This is on my watch list. I don't know if there's any volume. The volume has actually picked up. The volume has picked up. It had a interesting after hours. You are right. MRN got halted on the on the upside. Sorry, I thought you said the downside. Well, it's trying to crawl back. I did see this one pre-market. Then it did this. I thought, well, okay. And now look at it. AMRN. Boy, look at wow. I haven't seen the Nas down like this in a long time, guys. You could just tell. Look at all the technology stocks that released earnings today. Not that they probably had a huge weight, but look at the Nas here. Oh, you can't really tell here, but boy, airlines, cruisers to start. Yeah, nice. Yeah, no kidding. Look at the volume that has come in. And again, eye-catching press release. Mentioned. Bill Gates. Wow, just popped. All right, Rite Aid on the move a little bit here, just a little bit. RAD. Macy's actually is having. Look at Macy's. Had an earnings yesterday. Very. I mean, it hit a high and then it dropped, sold off at the end. So even Macy's is trying to move. All right, Momo continues down off earnings, continues down. Now, you would think maybe there's some support right around here. Look at the daily chart, 1752 or so, about a dime away. Maybe around that 1750 mark. I'm going to put a price alert right there, see if it holds or if it moves it right down through it. This is an earnings play. All right, designer brands, DBI continues down, kind of choppy though. On this daily chart, looks like there's a lot of support right around that 6 level for DBI. I mean, it had a great couple of days ahead of earnings. How's Rocket doing? Is it coming back? RKT? Not really. Well, I don't know if there's most of the heavy lifting SF is done by our server. So I mean, any computer you buy today is going to be fine. Probably at least 8 RAM and all that. But I mean, listen, virtually any computer you get today is going to be fine to use Trade Ideas. Okay, look at GTX, guys. GTX, vehicle body manufacturing. Oh, is that a Swiss stock? Okay. All right, another 5 minutes before we get anything in these two windows. Yeah, that's why I don't like trading that first 15 minutes. That's a big drop. $1.50 or so. All right, so the next high looking left on the weekly chart for NCLH is 1868. So we're at 1846 right now. Well, let's see what it does. I mean, 1868 is the next high looking left for NCLH on the weekly chart. Well, SIG just tanking here after being positive in the pre-market. Look at this first 15-minute candle for SIG. Look at, we haven't seen NAS like this in months, it seems. Look at this, down 230 points. Little disconnect. I mean, the Dow is basically flat, SPY is down, but look at NAS. Look at the techs just getting clobbered this morning. Well, it looks like that 1868 could be blocking it for the NCLH. But let's see. I mean, it's still. GTX guys, look at this. I just mentioned this one just on that 3 break. Look at this. Big percentage move now. Big percentage move. GTX. A lot of room. Don't know if there's any news on it. All right, if you, I'm not a big fan of the early AI alerts, but certainly a couple of them on the short side. One has worked very well. Now look at this. Remember, I was just mentioning Sorrento when that moved down. Now look at the pop up for Sorrento, SRNE. Okay, well, listen, it's over 1868 now, NCLH, so it's trying to take out that high looking left. Trying to. Good grief, guys. Sorry. I mean, GTX. Oh, sorry, but mentioned this one just on that three break. Look at it now, 343. Tremendous percentage move. Well, guys, maybe today's the day. Maybe today's the day that the airlines and the cruisers finally hold. Even a little red bar ignored for CCL in the 5-minute chart. Kind of, a little topping tail, so it's not classical, but it's close. All right, there's Momo, and Momo, this is the area, well, we looked at maybe trying to hold. Look at play. Play's testing 20 now. Another one that's straight up is Sterling Bancorp, STL. STL, straight up so far. Well, the cruisers are still, I mean, the cruisers are still, I mean, I'm just watching NCLH and CCL. Okay, so what's happening here? So VRA 743, there is an alert. So it did pop. This was an earnings play yesterday, popped through the 200-day yesterday, held. Now, the only issue I've got with this is that it looks like there's some pretty good resistance right around here. 770, 765 actually for VRA. That might be a little bit tough to get through. Tupperware rebounded. No, I didn't even see this. So 17, so much happening. 1752. What's Con doing? 1295, 1272, SIG 1695, and just looking at the alert 1645, 1635 for home. Home looks weak after earnings yesterday. Or September 1 post market, so the reaction was yesterday. Yeah, meanwhile, AMRN unhalted and resumed and still popping here, trying to come back after a disaster yesterday. Smith& Wesson is weakening. Smith& Wesson after, actually it traded off yesterday. So SWBI weakening. Well, look at this one, almost an all-time high, guys. This is one of those SPACs, LCA. It is an all-time, well, what's the high here? 70. So this is an all-time high now for LCA. Big move, yes. Ah, and the smile. SDC from yesterday. It is still ripping here. So again, looking left on that weekly chart, 1025, so it's above that. So it's above all these. So the next level could be the 1220. I mean, there's the next high looking left for SDC. Just ripping here. You know, they're all breaking the channels, but there's no pullback. SDC, guys. Okay, FMCI, guys. FMCI is still active. It was down a little bit, and it's trying to get back to being positive. FMCI, one of my favorite SPACs. Okay, so Court was down quite a bit actually the pre-market, but it is now starting to, it's almost back to the close of yesterday for Court. You know, it gets over 20. I mean, it could have another run. What did it get to yesterday? It got up to 23.50 or so. Mentioned RAD earlier. Continues to move a little higher. Well, geez, I should just be taking these. I mean, look at this. Tupperware 2062. What did it get up to? 2124. SDC 1037 got up to 1074. I just can't concentrate on these enough. 743. This is not moved. So if you're following my watch list, 2 out of the 3 really, really good on the upside if that's all you want to do. All right, TPR on the move here. The old coach. Keep an eye on TPR, guys. It's sort of at the kind of get to the top of that channel. There's some resistance on that daily chart, not that far away, maybe at 1529. Maybe. I mean, it's only just a spike high right there. Boy, SDC. What an alert, 1037, 1083 now. ECIU. Yeah, So the volume's so low though, Fred. So low. Oh, there's a red bar ignored for APLE with a bottoming tail. APLE. What sort of room does it have? Boy, it's got a lot of room. APLE. Got about $1 to that 12 mark. APLE. Boy, SDC, this is just, what's the high right there? 1025. So, I mean, you're looking now potentially to the 13 level for SDC. What was the one I was looking at? Was that 20 cents? Not 20 cents, but for a potential short. Can't even remember anymore. This is not shortable for me. NNVC, this is the big flyer from yesterday. Look what it did after hours even. NNVC, starting to give it up a little bit here. NNVC. All right, well, there's Court now taking out 20. Well, you had to be quick if you're going to short that one, but it's popped right back up, NCLH. Interesting. No shorts for you, really? For CCL? Who are they trying to buy? LCA. Anybody know? Okay, guys, APLE just kind of resting here. I'm going to set an alert for about 11:04. See if it takes it out. I mean, it's got a lot of room. Yeah, you know what? You might be right. GME. I mean, just check out the high of yesterday. Still has a lot of room. GME. Golden Nugget Online Gaming. Thank you, Rachel. I can't keep them just can't keep up with all these SPACs and what they're doing, who they're trying to merge with. Should write it down one day. In fact, I'll do it. LCA is Golden Nugget. I actually thought that that was the one that was. Didn't they say, or this is just a bunch of nonsense? Because a little while ago they said the deal was off. Could have sworn maybe right around here they were saying the deal was off. Now it's on again. This FBio's got a little bit of room, guys. FBio, if you look at to what the 450 mark, FBio, the volume's not great. Let's call on the GME. The GME is moving. Caldera continues down off earnings. A little choppy at the beginning, but it looks like it, well, let's see. I mean, you'd think there could be some support around 12 for Cloudera, CLDR. All right, now they're a big topping tail now for SDC. Big topping tail. Boy, Macy's with a vengeance. Earnings yesterday. No, there isn't, Dom. But I mean, if you know, I mean, if you're, why would you be copying something if you don't know what it is, though? But you're right, there is no way to know. Another SPAC, guys, DPHC. All right, so maybe things settling down a little bit. Okay, so here's a word on the PD. I mean, I'll tell you now, this was a short from the AI, 26.99. It got down to 24.80. It is rebounded about 70 cents. The AI, the algorithm has not kicked in, but if you took that short, anywhere around here, you can't let this happen without taking some off, in my opinion, okay? So I'm saying you have to manage the exits. You can't let this happen. I mean, listen, it may go right back down. I don't know, but you can't give up 70 cents just like that. Oh boy, ATUS continues down here. ATUS. DPHC continues. SPAC getting close to its all-time high, 1975. Well, it might have had nice earnings, but the market doesn't like it. How do you know it had nice earnings? We don't have we don't have an earnings release for ATUS. It's a Canadian stock. No, I don't know why I got some Canada references here, but well, I see. Colleen Schmidt sold 33% of the holdings. So, oh, July 30th. Okay, that's ancient history. Well, looks like it's going to try to get to the all-time high today. Another SPAC. Watching FMCI, guys. If this merger happens, it's supposed to happen this month, I believe, with the tattooed pizza. Another low float, 4.8 million in the float for look at the room it's got though. Also, boy, there we go. I have to get rid of the pre-market so I could get a true look at the SPY here. Yeah, I'm looking at that short also for the T-Con. See if it gets over 3 again. Well, it didn't get over 3 actually. It got right to 299. Well, straight, look at this. I mean, what a trend right now for ATUS. Based on somebody selling 33% of her position. I think that was the news about it for ATUS. Yeah, I'm watching the T-Con right here. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's 1.2 million. Still got a big gap. That's the other issue, you know. I mean, it's got a big gap here on that weekly chart. All right, I'm going to put a 10-cent stop on it, or less than a 10-cent stop. I'm in at 292 on the short for T-Con. 292 might be a quick scalp. I don't know. Gets anywhere near 3, I'm gone. Just watching it right now. Yeah, and the spread is getting bad. Uh, yeah, I don't like that spread. Just quickly post it here. Boy, Tupperware's been all over the place so far. TUP. All right. Wow, look at Fire Eye, guys. This is a big level for it to try to hold. Fire Eye, FEYE. Look at this level. I mean, look at the gap underneath. There's the 200-day is down at 13.74, so it's about 70 cents away. But look at this level, it's trying to hold. Meanwhile, Cloudera continues down underneath the whole number. Cloudera, CLDR. Yeah, I'm going to give it one more penny for his TCON. All right, I'm out of it. Took a 5-cent loss. And now, does it ever want 3 now? I mean, that's what was kind of scaring me because of this void. You know, I wish there had been more congestion a little bit above it, but you know, traders are looking at this. So a couple of good shorts from the AI so far this morning. FMCI, guys, FMCI, trying to go positive here. FMCI. All right, Momo continue. Gogo rebounded here. Thought this was finally going to give it up, but Gogo, there's the high of yesterday, guys. I mean, if it takes it out, 10.08, 10.10 or so. I'm going to stick an alert around 10.08 for Gogo. Yeah, look at the Nas. We haven't seen a day like this in a long while. Even the Dow now. Now the Dow and the SPY. So this is a we're rocketing down so far. Look at this. I haven't seen a day like this for a while with the Nas being down so much. So obviously be careful on your longs if these are stocks that you're in that obviously kind of track the market. Nice little break here for SLB, Schlumberger, right here. But probably a lot of resistance, though, not that far away for it. Could be an interesting short possibility coming up if it gets stalled at 1954. Okay, if you have the AI, I don't mind talking about it now. There's a nice short 630, 633, 597 now for INFN. Couple of nice shorts to start the day. Well, I tried to get some, but I couldn't get it. You know, the uptick rule, I could not get the INFN. I sat there at the bid for a bit, but it just wouldn't get filled. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I want to see if it takes out 3 again. Sticking a little around 297 for it, for T-Con. Because if it drops, it's got a long way it can go. Well, the entry was 272. And it's at what, 265? So I mean it's underneath. Another one I tried to get, I could not get the Cloudera. Also, uptick rule nailed me. Well, I just mentioned the SLB that there was another high looking left was 1956. It got up to 1948. I don't know how much more it's going to drop, but you have to look left. I mean, if it popped through that 1950, then it could have some room to the 20 level. Fire Eye continue. Well, not quite. I mean, look at this now. I mean, this is really interesting for Fire Eye. I mean, there's a 200 day, 1374, so it's about 70 cents away. Underneath all this now. Well, it all depends, and I think with that, Chris, it's looking at 100. You're risking $100 a trade. I can't remember what you have to look to see what they're risking. Is it 100 shares are in or $100 a trade? What the risk is. If it's $100 a trade, then again, I don't even look at that, Chris. I'll tell you, I just look at this. I just watch to see which are the ones that are up the most all day long in the aggressive, and I trade around it if I can. I don't look at anything else. I think it's just too confusing, in my opinion. Ah, JWN on that linear regression is bouncing nicely. FMCI, I believe, just went positive. I believe. Just a little bit positive here. Tcon reminds me a little bit like Court yesterday, just a little bit. Not that it's as ripping higher like Court did, but just a little bit hard to short right now. I mean, it's just too much enthusiasm behind it right now, in my opinion. I mean, I'm sure there are levels where we can get in, but I mean, I think it'll, unless it really gives up three. Meanwhile, I click ramping down, also taking out yesterday's low. Market's getting clobbered today, especially the techs. Look at the TCON guys. I mean, this is really strong. I I know there are levels. Some level, I guess it'll be a short, but boy, you just have to look left. There's just so much room, and that's what traders are looking at, in my opinion. They're just seeing this huge potential gap. Again, I'm not sure. I'm not saying it'll never fade, but What a comeback for Macy's. Now it's above yesterday's high. Earnings play yesterday got really beaten up. I think it even went negative. No, no, it didn't go negative, but man, oh man, it just got beaten up. And now look at it. Well, guys, it's 10:33. Another fast and furious morning. So, if you are new to the room, welcome. This is the format Monday to Friday between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Eastern Time, sharing my screen and live on the mic. Before I keep going, and let me see if this has been changed. Not yet. Okay. We do have a promo code, a new promo code for Labor Day. I'm going to pop this into the room right here. You want to take out a subscription to Trade Ideas? Ah. Okay, so now listen, if you do click on that link, you're going to be brought to this page, and I know it says, oh no, I'm wrong. Okay, so yeah, if you just, so if you do want to take a purchase, you just put Labor Day, all in caps, 20, and then you'll get 20% off either the first year, a year off premium or the standard. Okay, so 22.68 a year minus 20%, or 10.68 a year minus 20%. The huge difference, if you're going to get the premium, is because you want to have access to our AI. Our AI looks kind of like this right now. We've got a couple of good ones on the short side, 8%, 6%. You don't have to start off with a annual plan. You can always start off with a monthly plan. And if you, it's $118 a month for the standard, try us out. You can try us out. And if you decide within 30 days that you'd like to upgrade, say to our premium plan or an annual plan, we'll honor that 20% promo code if you do it within 30 days. All right, I want to go over some of the other links. So again, I'm sharing a lot of scans. You can click on the scans tab here, all the scans that I'm sharing, or the room drive icon. And scans that I share, download. You can download all the links also. The links have a lot of training links. In fact, I'm going to put one into the room right now, especially if you're new to Trade Ideas. I've gone over the subscriptions, and I want to talk about just a little bit about these short lessons. If you click on this link right there, I think I want to put the link into the room though, because I think it's an important link for anybody who's new to Trade Ideas or even thinking about Trade Ideas. You can sort of see some of the basic features that we have. Okay, so there are the 20 short lessons. If you click on the link, this is what you'll see. These are all text-based. What is a top list? What's an alert window? How to build them? So a lot of just the basic features of Trade Ideas. So if you're new to Trade Ideas, I would encourage you to take the time to read all of these different features that we have, or about all these different features that we have. Now I do want to click on my link here in the subscriptions, Barry's homepage. The only reason I didn't click on it before, I've asked them to make a change. You know, right now this is the old promo, so remember you can, if you do click on this, don't use this promo, use Labor Day 20 and you'll get 20% off. You can get the trade of the week delivered to your inbox before the market opens every Monday morning. I do a daily recap at about 1:05 every day. All the webinars that we have, you click here. And more education. We have a lot of education links. There is that 20 and 20, daily support sessions, daily webinars, educational videos, etc. Okay? And that is from my homepage. Just a minute, please. I am on mute. I am on mute. I am on mute. Sorry. Another one underneath the whole number, guys. Clean spark, CLSK, underneath the whole number, and maybe some support around 7. Are you talking about hitting the flatten button a couple of times? Yeah. Does that only happen in the sim? Ooh, live. Wow, that's not good. So if you don't see, so what you're saying is if you flatten it and you don't see the immediate action, I guess you got to wait, got to pause. If you don't see it immediately, then you flatten it again and it turns into a, okay. I guess you just really have to wait. But you're right, that shouldn't happen. Yeah, you know what, guys? Info at trade-ideas.com. Coming from the customers is way more powerful, shall we say, than coming from me. Send all this stuff, guys, to info at trade. Okay, send it all, please. Wow, look at the look at the cues now. Holy smokes. We haven't seen a day like this in a long, 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 long time. Here at 18, another one that's tanking here. Here at 18, down 10%. This one, this inverse, Fang index inverse. Look at this thing rocking here. Ah, man, I wish I could not get that INFN. I tried to get it just under 6 and it just would not fill me. No bouncing Mick, boy, we're just seeing a big sell-off now. A lot of sectors are selling off. Well, if you don't like to short, you're going to be sitting out today for a while anyway. Look at the other sportsman's SPWH on the way down. Also, look at these candles. I mean, at the beginning of the day, look at this. I mean, it got up to 1850. I'm sorry, this is the week. I'm sorry. Where did I see? Click. It was probably, I can't remember if it was here. It was here. I clicked. It was right here. The beginning. I can't remember the first time I saw it, but we sort of forget what a market looks like when it does this and all the sectors, especially the tech. Look at, wow. Okay, one moment, please. Oh, CLSK. I'm not sure. CLSK. I'm sorry. I thought you meant Clean Spark. Probably in here somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're becoming fast and furious. I honestly, I can't remember anymore. Yeah, guys. Well, this has been typical, isn't it? Cruisers and airlines just do this. Well, listen, Chris, I mean, you also have to look at what the whole market's doing. I mean, I'd be so wary about going anything long. I don't care if it's coming from the AI or me or okay. I mean, when the market's doing this, you just have I would just be pausing. I wouldn't be going anything long. And especially the airlines. I mean, the airlines to me do this all the time. They have this little euphoria in the pre-market, maybe a little bit of euphoria once the market opens, and just like the cruisers, the airlines, they always seem to do this until they don't. I'm just a proponent of not taking them long anyway. So even though the AI said go long, but look what the market's doing. You have to pay attention to what the market's doing also. Well, the other thing too, though, is that the stop got hit. So I mean, in theory, you should be out of the trade, Mark, or Chris. You should be out of the trade if you're going to obey the stop. The stop was 37.11. So I mean, it may come back later on. You see, there's a reentry at 37.67. So I mean, if the market rebounds, maybe. But if you're going to obey the stop, how to backtest? Just if you're a premium subscriber, just right click backtest strategy, and then just you figure out how you want to do it. Okay, well, you're in a Trade Ideas trading room. I'm talking to somebody in the YouTube room. Okay, you're in a Trade Ideas trading room. So, um, are you a Trade Ideas subscriber? I can give you the twenty short lessons. That didn't make sense. Zero short lessons. That wouldn't be good. Okay, I just popped it in just above you, just where you okay, just where you posted, right above you. All right, I'm going to be watching the FMCI. That's a big candle down now. I just think probably tracking the market, see if we get any sort of a bounce. A couple of good shorts, MB, right at the beginning of the day. After that, anything long, as I said, you've got to Just because the AI gives you a long alert, if the market's doing this, you've really got to be convinced that it's in a sector that doesn't care. And the airline industry is certainly not one of them, especially when it was already retreating with the market. All right, so with this one starting to drop a little bit, market is picking up a little bit. FNGD, just watching this. Am I watching it? I do see it, 11:23, but not really doing anything.